Hello, heroes of Overwatch. The team has been making great progress on the development of Overwatch 2. Daily playtests and feedback have given us confidence that we're creating something you're going to love. We are shifting our plan for Overwatch 2 to enable you to play it sooner.
What?
This starts with us decoupling the PvP features of the game from the PvE system.
Oh no!
So we
All
can
these
bring
niggas
you
is not
PvP
doing it. Oh, they really
sooner.
doing it! First off, I want to go sit there in the cave for this show because a lot of, in case I'm having my research tied together at the same time, a little bit of that reactionary case of representation of how I felt with everything going on with Overwatch was from him, so shout out to him. Underrated case since a YouTuber. I hope he makes it, even not in the same matter of his words and his own words, in this case instance of being a YouTuber that has so much capabilities of being great. Rant, that would maybe be able to pedestal him a little bit higher than a few people in the same matter of grind, and he's inspiration in the case for doing a lot of great stuff, even just at 12k. So show him some love if you want to go ahead and see his version of this case instance of a look at Overwatch 2's cancellation, what is being said. But in this video, obviously being case I'm my own, I'm your host of AmonRa Games, to talk about Overwatch 2, a game that has so much potential to be great, and like Kane Facial, has so much case of capabilities to actually be good, but its case of abilities to be dead at the same time now was always going to be set in stone, regardless of anything that us, the fans, the content creators, the case of the advertisement, and the grand scope, the gaming community, whatever want. As the developers, aka the case of the people, a part of Blizzard, do not seem to care enough to push to make things better. And if they do, let's say a few do, which I'm not trying to deny the case of the people that do have a case of likeness for it and want to see it grow, do not put enough work into it to make it be better. This game died the day they even was technically called a sequel, as for 3 to 4 years they allowed Overwatch to die after Echo was released. They didn't care for the game, they just kept drip feeding. They barely put it any during case matter work. They allowed multi-case matter dysfunctional cases of different adding of characters, during capabilities of buffs, and different things like that that pretty much deprived it from being the case of something better in grand scope. What made it be bad wasn't just a case of it being dead entirely. It was just the pure fact that they were trying to hype us up for the potential of a grander scope, better case sequel. Which, to be fair, this content update of Overwatch, since literally Overwatch 2 is Overwatch, they literally just skinned it with a sequel that truly is not a sequel and is nothing but a cash grab. If anything, it's Overwatch 1.8. It redid some characters, it reworked them, it did a fine job there, new game mode considerably, and some cool creative stuff, but it didn't do anything dummy unique to where it actually packed anything of actual grand scope uniqueness. It is simply just the case of a update. It didn't do anything deserving of it. They did not put enough work lore-wise to make this game be super creatively interesting. Even with the fact that Overwatch's lore still has some bust and something into it, it just dropped the ball so bad, ridiculously, that it's pathetic for a case of a Blizzard standpoint, because Blizzard is one of the honchos in account for the video game industry considerably of right now, even with its problems, even though it is the most flaky, full case disappointing piece of shit ass company I've ever seen. It is disappointing, and how they did not put in any strong sense of work into this game, and more showed that this shit was nothing but a cash grab, overpriced, and trying to make us seem like we are needing to get this shit when this shit is barely anything. Yeah, they can have new heroes, and to be fair, these new heroes are cool. You know, Samoan Man, sure that Larry be moving like Captain Marvel, fucking the Rizzler, fucking male version of Symmetro with capabilities. And yeah, I do think that there's a lot of cool matter of characters and things like that. They're added, but they're a lot behind a battle pass. It doesn't matter they have a cool creative lore. It doesn't matter what they might consider we might do in other forms of playstyle. They are literally just cash grab cases of characters behind something that's not deserving of its buying, because battle passes have been stamped as being annoying as hell ever since Fortnite. But at least Fortnite Apex Legends, some other occasion in the game, even though they have their problems too, at least stringing a bunch of different worthy record of stuff to want to go out your way and buy or grind. You cannot play this game and successfully grind a good deal of stuff from the battle pass. And it's not the only game to do this. Like, I think For Honor kind of has this problem, but at least For Honor has a good credit of being able to be a reasonable game to go out your way to buy its shit. Overwatch is not. It is disappointing, it is faulty, it is not likable, it has no goodness to it in the grand scope to me, and all around, I feel more case of annoyance than goodness from this game. It's just simply freaking annoying, and I will never forgive this company for false advertising this and trying to make it seem like this game was of anything of goodness. This shit is ass. It is bad. It is a dumbed down version of what had the chance to be one of the greatest games of all time. And taking all the record of its pros and its cons and looking back at it, it is a very defined game in its own right. Overwatch 2, even with its problems, is still considerably a fun game. But everything all around is just so unbearable and disgustingly ass that they tarnish themselves by trying to make it sound like it's something else. So many content creators, not even people that play the game, have talked about how bad it is. The content creators, I feel like, is a big problem also with it. Not by stamp the case of the problem with the case coming later, not the reason why it got canceled, but I think they need to be held accountable a little bit more. Because the thing is, in the words of GS Raider and a few other people that called them out on this, as a lot of them was straight flat out chilling, was straight up cocksucking, Warren especially somebody, they loud out the case of their bound to Blizzard beyond comprehension. And in case that doesn't make sense, I mean that they pretty much took the credit of being people that Blizzard would allow to go and have this and this capability to be a content creator, make money, and be in lock with different capabilities to boom ridiculous in the case of the community of Overwatch. And they locked that down by straight up false bringing shit to the table about it, suckling the tit of Blizzard. They are straight up lying, booming wild with the case of matter of their statements. They do not have real reasons for doing this. They do not actually see anything super different, regardless if they're in private meetings, getting flew out to LA. I don't give a fuck what it is. This game has not shown consistent anything enough to deserve the credit of being a new case of game and be looking forward. I don't give a damn if they quote unquote lied to you. If you don't know of this stuff and you're just trying to go after hope, go after hope. But don't try to go and promise us stuff that has not come, that is fake. You got streamers saying, oh, there's so much new content coming, you know, back in the case of the golden age of Overwatch 2016 to 2018, you know, brand new content, animated shorts, all this bullshit, none of that has come. We haven't got an animated short in a minute. We haven't got none of that. We haven't got strong production. We haven't got a strong sell. They keep resell Overwatch 1 skins, and I get they're trying to go in appease to the new players, but a great deal of the player base is the people that play Overwatch 1. Like, what are we talking about here? It's straight up cap. It's fake, it's bullshit, and it's lies. It is deliberately misunderstanding the idea of being a sequel, especially because they released something that was not technically finished, and they did not put it out when the case of the PvE was out. They could have stayed focused on Overwatch 1 and actually cared for this baby that they pushed their heart and soul to make, but no, they did not. They decided to go and wait and then give us something else. And then it gets even more infuriating because all these different content creators want to go and defend it, and these different people in the community want to defend it and be like, I don't know, wait for the case of the PvE. And like these people, at one point, I was the same. I was like, let me give it a chance. I want to be optimistic. I want to be hopeful. I was a little bit on the hopium. And I understand people that might be still on the hopium wanting to see Overwatch grow, but this shit is so disgustingly odious that I don't think any case of hope would be good for it. In the words of Pandora from God of War 3, hope is what makes us strong. It is what we fight for when all things are lost. But hope is for the good, not the fucking shit. This shit is ass. It is one of the most disappointing games I've ever seen in my life. These developers, shit. He's even his higher ups. Shit, these niggas is greedy as hell. They goblins for money. They do not care at all for their player base. And any sentiment that they do is legit just trying to go ahead and launder more money, views, and I guess fucking damage control, because you got fucking Keller over here and all these other people. Mr. I don't know who the fuck this man is. He's just staring into my soul, trying to act like what they're doing is a new revamp and reform and being able to recompany some good juice from Overwatch, when this shit has been non-cooking the entire time, is now rotted. I've been tasting straight back-to-back ass. So I've been giving me prison food from this game. It doesn't matter how many new heroes you put in. It doesn't matter the changes. You have failed on the number one thing that was supposed to be the end goal goodness of the game. You failed so hard. It is embarrassing. It is ass the way you have portrayed this shit. So to me, it's always going to be disappointing. It's always going to be disgraceful. And I do not care what anybody else says. This shit is doo-doo, okay? The game, replaying it with the case of this new footage you see on the screen, yeah, it's fun. It's dope. But even then, that doesn't stop it from being this. And especially, it gets more and more heartbreaking to me as a solid fan, even though not being a day one fan back like in beta to alpha in 2016, coming here around the case of like early 2020, from my recollection, back when I was in middle school, now being a junior in high school, this shit has just been stupendously ass, cheeks, booty. It's so bad. Like, this shit is never going to add up in any case instance of the way. So to me, it's simple. I hate it. I do not like it. I think it is terrible. Any of these kids of content creators that still stand with this shit, solemn and believe it, is bad. And to talk more about the shills part, because obviously this is a rant, as you can tell, with talking about the downfall of Overwatch 2. The case of these content creators, again, false advertise, don't have a strong sense of understanding of this shit. They lie. They don't have a full case understanding of what is the promise and the end conclusion of what we're getting. They don't call it out until the last end, where they got the nerve to feel this type of way. And all these different content creators, from Flats, Warren, even Samito, who's portrayed as the big bad wolf, they didn't bow down to nobody and got on Blizzard's ass back to back, who I feel like doesn't believe their bullshit, but he didn't call out anybody else. We're doing the same thing. And when he's a guy that promotes never bowing down to Blizzard, he has the audacity to come out somebody else, GS Raider, because he's calling him out. He's a hypocrite. I don't care how many fucking videos he makes. You the one that got on somebody else for doing the same thing that you doing to Blizzard. So it's fake. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Like, what's going on? This shit is dumb. Like, you can't deflect that shit and then be happy when a character like Yari, if I'm even saying her name right, is in this fucking game. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, that's stupid. Okay? Then this fucking Discord mod nigga named Arg, I don't know who the fuck this motherfucker is. Got a nerve to be doing the same thing. A bunch of other niggas doing the same thing. Niggas just capping and capping and capping and capping, dick sucking, dick sucking, dick sucking. And obviously, none of y'all niggas get paid by Blizzard because you're not workers. But you can't tell me there's not something good about arguably sucking the teat or off-put it, liking the stances of their different creations / ways of business, just because you can get codes for free, you get drops, and you get this, and you get that, and you get that. Like, it's ridiculous. And a lot of these content creators, I feel like, are just fake, phony-ass niggas. Like, if it's true with the technical beef, it's not really beef to me. I feel like it's just a nigga being corny nerd person having a reasonable case opinion, and because one is hypothetically in the credit of being bigger, even though he's really not, because Warren got like, what, 30 to 40k subscribers. GS Raider has surpassed that nigga. He's over him, right? This man, Warren, literally had the fucking audacity to get on him for saying, quote unquote, you can be racist to white people. And unless you guys don't have the case of obvious statements of name stance with this man, right? Knowing his race in the case of what he's been like in the case of the Overwatch community, this nigga is white. And I don't mean this to be racist or anything in the sense, but I hope it be said, stonewall stance to the fact that this man name is Warren, and everything I said, not by definition a race thing, but it is in the same field. Like, it's wild to me that niggas actually thought that shit was valid in any sense of the way for a good deal of modern day. There's niggas out here that really believe proudly that you can't be racist to white people. I mean, it's just racism 101. And it's one thing if a black person will say it's still ignorant, it's very being deliberate racism, right? And with a white person, it's still racist, but it's also just another stretch of just being stupidity beyond a case of conception. How are you going to be racist to your own race? There isn't an Uncle Tom for white people from what I know, but that is ridiculous. You are racist to your own kind. How? I'm not saying that's true, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to slander nobody, but in the proposition that that is the case for people, that's stupid. And then, the biggest strength of different bullshit is just the pure fact that cancellation itself. These niggas said proudly that the progress for Overwatch 2's PvE did not go as they planned. I don't know how not, in this case, for all this time, you have not made a good deal of progress, and now you're basically making them fucking archive events. What have you been doing for the past 4 to damn near 5 fucking years? What have you done to make a company be worth it of buying all this stuff? To be doing all this stuff? It took you 3 or 4 years, I guess, to make the fucking Genji skin, which is abysmally fucking lazy, and I feel like deliberate case of skill issue. Because this skin, you know, it's fire. But how the fuck does it take you that long? How? How does it take you that long to do that? That's ridiculous. That is always going to be ridiculous to me. 5 years plus to make a game or to do something for a game is not even crazy. Elden Ring, for what I know, took 5 years. GTA took 3 years. And correct me if I'm wrong, For Honor has been in development since the early 2010s, correct me if I'm wrong. It takes a long fucking time to develop a fucking game. But dog, for 4 or 5 fucking years and you haven't made a strong sense of structure for the PvE, when you show gameplay, you show the design, you show the feel, you show a plot for a decent extent, and you don't have that figured out? How? Like, how do you honestly not have that shit figured out? Jesus Christ, get your fucking management together. I swear to God, this is the same company that had a fucking Bill Cosby room. These niggas probably talking to girls in the mix when they supposed to be working and actually doing some proper, actual developer shit. Coming together, the infrastructure of how the gameplay interwovens into the case of a campaign sense, because this game is mainly structured for the same sense of a first-person 5v5 shooter sense now, but is now backtracked in the grace of actually being a remarkable one. It's just deliberately ass. It stinks. And I can't get the fucking stench out of my fucking nose. I'm disappointed. I'm just so fucking disappointed, bro. Like, these fucking content creators need to have backlash beyond the bug for that. And by the time I'm recording this, they probably already have in the mix what's being said. But oh my God. I'm just so fucking annoyed, bro. And I've always been fucking annoyed, right? Because I'm recording this case of few months after the matter of this, because coming back to Overwatch and trying to have a aggressive maybe peak in this. But Jesus, bro. This shit is so ass, bro. Like, I've never felt so much case of disgust for a fucking video game like this. Like, I've heard that The Last of Us Part 2 was disappointing. I heard that Dying Light 2 was disappointing. I've heard games across genres, decades, been disappointing. M1K is disappointing. That shit is fucking nasty. But this, I have never seen something so fucking ass, bro, in my life. Just, you have so much potential and you drop the ball, bro. But we're not even done. Dog, these niggas said that they knew this for a long time. The reason why they only said it now was courage, right? They didn't have the courage to go and tell everybody. They had to go and build up the confidence. Yay. Confidence says this in your face when you guys over looking sad, one is looking stupid, and one is look like he's just trying to go and say fucking PR talk. Lovely statement. Confidence. My fucking dick, bro. Bullshit. No. And it's also like, these motherfuckers, they have the nerve to talk about doing this and trying to rebuild the case of the PvE with something else. When they don't do that, they did the exact fucking opposite. And they didn't have the care at all to go about doing this in a better sense of way for the people all around. And beforehand, it's simply just, oh, we're pulling back on what we promised you. What we said we were going to do was advertise, marketed, was the selling point for Overwatch 2 to even exist. And we're going to pull back on that. In the words my nigga Macro, you promise something, you deliver it. You did not deliver it. You fucking failed. You should have, even though I do not support abortion, you should have fucking aborted this game when the time came. This shit is ass. It is trash. It is a fucking disservice to any other kind of shooter. Every other game is doing so much more better. And now, the same way I feel about Call of Duty has just stained now the case of Overwatch because of how much more disappointing it is. Call of Duty is disappointing because it doesn't do anything new every fucking year. But at least Call of Duty has a service of just being what you expect. I've never seen something be so much of a degrade of what it was born to be off rip. Rip Overwatch 2, it was arguably dead in the water, but now it's just ultra dead because now it has nothing to bring. It's just disgustingly bad. It's trash beyond the case of comprehension. Like, you cannot make something like that up at hardcore. It's just so fucking ridiculous, bro. But at the same time, like, with the whole thing of them having the case matter of the knowledge that this is going to be canceled, and same time going about the most wild and informal stance into business moves for this game. At mainline, why things like that came into play. First off is simply the fact that they didn't have enough resources and they didn't have enough kiss millions to market the game. But in the words of Kane Phil Show, and as you just can hear the bullshit from my lips in the case of reiterating what they say, money is all it was. Money. They just wanted money. They wanted money now instead of later. They wanted to go ahead and gain money off an endless case matter of Battle Pass. That was just going to be fucking reprint, rerun of all different fucking multi-case flow money. Instead of actually doing so, now actually take effort. They didn't want shit. Sorry, excuse me. Either way, though, these motherfuckers don't care. They don't have any instance of good take of time management or credit of understanding of how a game should actually work. And instead, just blatantly have no credit of actually full case understanding the case of what makes a case of stuff like this be good in the first place. It's straight up just peaking new cases of ass beyond comprehension. It's just bad, bro. I'm laughing right now because I'm over here happy that it's finally done. Because first of all, this company was already shit from the start. False provinces before. Disgusting case of balancing. They had a Bill Cosby room, so there's a lot of case of fuck niggas and atrocious ass fucking form of compile of different purpose within this company to be nothing but a fucking cash grab, be nothing but a fucking swoosh of a new case of business term to be called something to be taken seriously when they don't have any true means of being something to be loved. It seems like it's only about the case of the people who can't control their wallets to play this game, as I don't feel like nobody of true strong intelligence is going to play this game and truly believe that it's going to be saved, in my opinion. No offense to OG Peer, any other kind of streamers, fucking YouTubers, any kind of a person that plays this game and enjoys it and makes money off it. Do your thing, get in your bag, boo. No homo. Do your thing. But I will never probably be able to take any nigga seriously. They probably believe this shit is going to be Stargaze and a new case of matter extension anytime fucking soon. This shit is just straight up ass. It is straight up bad. And I believe in every sense of the way that it is just straight up trash. It is just straight up bad, in my opinion. Like, no. This ain't a fucking pain. It's just objectively fucking doo-doo. I hate it so fucking much, man. And yeah, that's pretty much my whole fucking rant in a whole, right? I just want to go and get that off my chest. I've been holding that in for a long time. Fuck this game. Fuck these niggas, man. These niggas suck dick so fucking much, what is being said. And I don't know why they couldn't have the fucking brain cell reconfiguration to think if they fucking gave us what they promised. They could have had both parties eating out of the palm of their hand. Fucking Craig Mack style, bro. And had a great business. Which is exactly what your greedy ass wants. Like, why should I believe anything on the fucking roadmap is gonna come out? Especially when you're just making them be fucking archives events. And you're gonna have us pay for them. Like, what? Why should I believe any of this is coming out? I'm done, bro. I'm done. I'm gonna start really yelling and getting mad. Like, it's so fucking disgustingly bad, bro. Ass, bro. These motherfuckers suck so much, bro, that the fucking Rule 34 and porn artists do better than them, bro. I could watch or even read a porn comic about Doomfist clapping Widowmaker's cheeks, and will have a better record of writing than the case of Overwatch's developers. That's how bad it's gotten. Anyway, that's it, y'all. I love y'all. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, my army. Love y'all.